channel. I hope you're doing well. I want to apologize straight away for the lighting. It is getting dark, it is foggy. It's not the best lighting, but I've tried my best, so bear with me here. Today we are filming my February book haul and a couple from March. But this will be my last book haul for a while because I know that I've had a lot of book hauls up on my channel recently. It's just because I went a bit hard after my book buying ban ended, but I'm going back on one because I can't be trusted. I've spent all my money and I've got a few more on the way that aren't here yet, but I'll just feature them in a future book haul. It's just the Waterstones exclusive Crescent City paperback and some other stuff. I can't remember the other ones. That's good, that is. Yeah, can't even remember the other ones. First of all, I may as well get the big stack out of the way, and that is this one. And I decided I needed to buy them all at once, even though I'm not even sure if I'm going to like this series yet. And that is the Throne of Glass series. I already own Assassin's Blade and Throne of Glass, so these are just the most recent that I purchased. And I did purchase them all in one go. I bought them secondhand off Depop. I had these and another book for a really good deal, so I was like, fine, I'll do it. But I really don't think I should have bought all the books at once without even knowing if I like this series yet. I've only read the novella. But we're going in with high hopes, clearly. But this includes Crown of Midnight, Heir of Fire, Queen of Shadows, Empire of Storms, Tower of Dawn, and the final big boy, Kingdom of Ash. So these books all revolve around an assassin called Selena Sardothian, and I have no idea what anything goes of. All that I know is that she starts in somewhere called, I think, Endovia. I'm pretty sure I keep messing this up. And that's all I know. Yeah, I know. I've done a really great job, haven't I, of explaining that one. I'm sorry. But I hope reading this entire series this year, granted if I like it, that is. So yeah, I just kind of went hardcore and bought them. All. But that's a big stack out of the way. As I just said, I did have another book within that order from the same person, and that was Cassandra Clare's Queen of Air and Darkness. This is the third book in the Dark Artifices series, so once again, I cannot tell you what it's about because I'm only on the Infernal Devices. I own the other two books in this series, and I thought while I was making that order, I thought I'd just put this on because it was like a good price and I was already paying the postage. So yeah, this is another beast of a boy. It's huge at almost 900 pages. But it's beautiful. That cover is everything. Really excited to get here. Another book for another series that I haven't read yet. The next things that I have bought are off this website called Bookswap.co.uk. I will leave a referral link down below if you want to get a book for free. But what it is you go on there, you upload your books and people buy them or get them for free. You just pay postage and you get a point. If you use the referral code, you get a free point to claim another book and you just pay postage. I do want to say I've had some issues with this website. I've had a couple arrive not in the best condition and they have already been thrown in the bin. Like one came with mold all over it, but the website, if you email them, are really quick at giving you your money back. No questions asked. They're very nice. So I do still endorse this website. Just know that some people aren't very nice people and to always look at the reviews and the rating that they have. But these are where these next few books have come from. The next first book is Before the Coffee Gets Cold, and that is by Toshikazu Kawaguchi. This is one of my favourite books of 2020, and I just didn't own a physical copy because I got it from the library, so I just really fancied picking myself up a physical copy as it was on there. If you do not know what this is about, it is about a time-travelling cafe, and it's basically a bunch of short stories, but they all get flown into one. You see 4 different people going in for different reasons to visit the past, to visit certain people from the cafe for their own personal reasons. It sounds really weird. It's a bit of an odd book. It's a really lovely one. If you're into literary fiction at all, please pick this one up because it is a really enjoyable read and it's short. The next one that I picked up is not one I would have ever picked up normally, but as it was on this website, I was like, fine. And that is The Mothers by Britt Bennett. I've heard a lot of people talking about The Vanishing Half recently by Britt Bennett, and I do own the ebook of that, not that I have read it yet, but this one sounds a lot more intriguing to me personally than The Vanishing Half does. So I thought I would give this a try before The Vanishing Half to try and get into the writing style and see how I feel about it first, with a story that I think I'll like a lot more. So this story we follow a young girl who is grief-stricken by the suicide of her mother, and she ends up taking comfort in a relationship with a young boy, and she becomes pregnant at this young age. And they cover it up. I don't know how. I don't know if they have the baby and keep it a secret or what the deal is there. But then we see them reunited many a year later looking at the consequences of what they did and whether they should have chosen a different path. This sounds really, really interesting. I think it's going to involve a lot of morality questions and how these situations are very complicated and complex. I'm really excited to see what happens in this book because it could go any way. You know, the synopsis is quite vague, so I am intrigued by this one quite a bit. And yeah, I wouldn't have picked it up if it wasn't for that website, so I'm really pretty happy about that one. The next book that I have is Lauren Graham's Autobiography, Talking as Fast as I Can. I say autobiography, I think she's just talking about Gilmore Girls. But yeah, I have this on audiobook on Audible, but she talks about pictures and stuff in it. So I thought, well, it was again on that website, and I thought, okay, cool, I'll pick it up to see the photos in it. There's not that many. So it was kind of a bit unnecessary, but I'm really glad I own this now at least because I really like Gilmore Girls. I'm a huge fan. And I'm due a reread soon. So I'd like to listen to this and finish this book off and maybe use the physical while reading the audio. So yeah, and a double purchase, seeing as I already own it technically, but I was glad to find it. The next 3 books that I picked up on this website, and the last 3, are the volumes 1, 2 and 3 of Tokyo Ghoul. I have never read a manga before, but I recently read volume 1. You'll see what I thought in my wrap up, but I thought that I've heard a lot about this series and it seems like quite an easy one to get into if you've never read a manga before. I was right. So I thought that I would pick these up while they were on there, and I tried to look for them recently and they were really expensive, so I was glad to find them on there because I'm not sure I could afford the whole series otherwise. If you do not know what this series is about, it is about this world where there are ghouls and they look like humans but they eat human flesh. And we have a protagonist who accidentally becomes half human, half ghoul. And we follow him, I assume, through the series, but I've only read the first one, so I'm not sure. I'm intrigued to get to the rest of them, though. Next, we have books that I've bought secondhand, but they were like brand new secondhand. So, brand new books, but I didn't buy them, brand new price. The first one is the Alcrate edition of Horrid. I should probably show you the front cover, shouldn't I? This is the reverse dust jacket. I'm obsessed with it. This is why I bought the book. But here it is. Horrid by Katrina Leno. I think this is like a psychological thriller dealing with mental problems. I'm not entirely sure. I actually have no idea. Something about a secret room. I probably shouldn't have bought a special edition of a book I didn't know much about, but I heard a lot of good things. I've never tried Katrina Leno's writing before, but I'm taking a gamble with this one because the art is just beautiful and it looks absolutely stunning on my shelves. I really like the black and white with just the one yellow room, so I am currently completely obsessed with this. But that is why that is secondhand, because I was not paying Alcrate's price for shipping. Honestly, that was ridiculous. Even on eBay that was cheaper. The next book that I bought was Serpent and Dove by Shelby Mahoran. This is the first book in the Serpent and Dove series, I assume it is. I again don't know what this is about. I think it's about a witch and she falls in love with someone she shouldn't fall in love with. A witch and a witch hunter, bound in holy matrimony. There was only one way such a story could end, a stake and a match. So very, very excited to read this. I had never had any interest when this was blowing up on YouTube, but recently someone actually said what the synopsis was and I was like, hold up, why have I been avoiding this book? That sounds incredible. So I've got to pick this up, and I picked it up secondhand because I saw the hardcover and I'm pretty sure the hardcover is out of print now. So I was like, yes, I'll have that please. And I love that it's a small hardback, just like Horrid was. It's small and I love it. That stack is precarious right now. I need to start a new one. The last book that I got for secondhand was The Bone Shard Daughter by Andrea Stewart. I saw this being reviewed on Claire's channel. I think she got an arc on NetGalley and read it for a Galley-a-thon round once, and she made it sound really, really exciting, so I had to go pick it up. Plus, Sarah J. Maas believed it, so I'm sure it's going to be good. I don't know what it's about. I mean, Claire told me what the synopsis was in her review, but I don't remember that. I just remember liking it. And I'm trusting Claire's opinion. She's really good with fantasy, so I'm completely trusting her and picking this up. I believe it is the first in a new series. So that's another one that I got secondhand, but it's brand new and I'm very excited I found such a good deal for it. Now we have the books that I bought brand new, and so 2 of them are pre-orders. So the first one I got was Killjoy by Holly Jackson. This was a World Book Day book, and it is a prequel for the A Good Girl's Guide to Murder series. If you haven't read that, I highly recommend it. When Pippa is trying to decide what she wants to do for her college exam project, and how she came to decide that she wanted to do the project on Andy and Sal. I read this, it was fabulous, I gave it a 5 stars, I recommend it to anybody, and I think that if you're going to read the series, you have to read this. It's very good, and if you have read it already, pick this up, it's great. And the final book that I picked up brand new that is also a pre-order is Chain of Iron by Cassandra Clare. This is the second book in the Last Hours series. I don't know what it's going to be. A series. It's huge. It's beautiful. I wanted to get the collector's first edition to match my Chain of Gold, even though I am, as I said, only on the Infernal Devices, so I'm quite a while off getting to this book. I still bought it just so that they would match without, because I don't like the dust jacket, I like the naked hardback, and it was a really good deal, so I bought it on the pre-order. Really glad I did. It is absolutely gorgeous of a book, and it just inspires me to keep going with my reads, even though I haven't liked Cassandra Clare's books yet. Like, who do I think I am? I've liked 1 out of 5 or 6. 6? Oh geez. So a silly purchase, yes, but a pretty purchase, also yes. Now we are going to gifts, so I want to thank you guys already. Thank you so much if you've sent me a gift. That is so kind of you. You never have to do that. I very much appreciate it. And the first one is King of Crows by Libba Braves, was sent to me by Kira, so thank you so much, Kira. I really appreciate you. And this is the 4th book in the Diviners series. If you do not know what the Diviners series is, it is like a murder mystery thriller paranormal book set in the 1920s New York. It's got some great characters, it's got a great setting. I really loved the first book. I don't like the second book, but this is the 4th one. I wholly plan on finishing this series because I'm so in love with the first book that even though I didn't like the second, I need it in my life. So I'm really glad I have this now. It kicked my butt to make sure that this month I pick up the 3rd book, and I will. I'm very excited to get here. Thank you again so much, Kira. The next 2 are actually from Jade, because Jade is just the cutest little bean. And we got Across the Green Grass Fields by Shauna Maguire. This is the 6th book in the Wayward Children series. Jade has this fascination with buying me the entire Wayward Children series books. I can't believe it. She's bought me every single one so far. Jade is just a bean. I've already read this, of course. We buddy read the series. This one is based in the Hooflands, and it's got like horses and centaurs, unicorns, and a journey. It was okay. I like this one. I gave it 4, but it's probably more of a 3. But this is beautiful. The cover is beautiful as always. And I always like the colours in the naked hardback. This one's green. I just love it. So thank you, Jade, for funding my obsession with Shauna Maguire's books. I love you. And again, Jade knows that I am currently reading the Stalking Jack the Ripper series, and she got me the 3rd book because she knew I was ready to read it, and that is Escaping from Houdini by Kerry Maniscalco. Jade's just the sweetest. What can I say? I'm very excited to get to this one. If you do not know what the Stalking Jack the Ripper series is about, we're following Audrey Rose and Thomas Creswell on their first book journey to discover who Jack the Ripper was. Then in the second book, discover the mystery of Dracula. And the 3rd book, I assume, trying to escape Houdini. The title gives it all away. I really like this series. It is historical fiction, which is not something I read, but I've been getting on with it quite well. The problems I've had with it have not been down to the historical fiction situation, genre? I don't know what to say. But I'm so hoping this book is better than the second and is up to the standard of the first book, because this is such a good series in terms of characters and setting that I really want it to be the best. I need it. And this is the 3rd book out of 4 and a novella. And the final 2 books are Fairy Loot books. One is the January Fairy Loot and one is the February Fairy Loot. So I'll show you the January first in case you want to click off before the February one, or skip ahead if you have not had your box yet. But the January one is Law by Alexandra Bracken. I'm hauling this and I'm going to unhaul it as well, so you may as well know. I didn't like it, I DNF'd it. This book follows Greek gods and goddesses who get put down onto the earth and hunted as punishment for a past rebellion, and we follow one person, I can't remember who they are, but we follow Law. Oh my god, it's on the cover. We follow Law, and she wants to get revenge for the murder of her family, so we follow that with the help of Athena. I DNF before I even got to the good parts, I'm sure, because this book was not for me. I'm also furious at Fairy Loot for saying exclusive cover. I don't know if you've seen the original cover, but it's stunning. It's got Medusa on it, and then they just took Medusa off and just left it plain. I know, I've had this rant too many times, but I'm furious about it. The rest of the book, gorgeous. Underneath the dust jacket and the reverse art is stunning. But I don't understand why he just took the cover off and was like, cool, it's an exclusive cover now. Why don't you just leave it alone? It has a digital signature. So yeah, not impressed with this at all. Didn't like the book. I'm going to get rid of it, but I wanted to show you it anyway. And so the next book is the Fairy Loot February book. So again, skip ahead if you don't want spoilers. But this is This Golden Flame by Emily Victoria. This actually just came in this morning and it is stunning. I really like the colour of the sprayed edges. And the naked hardback is to die for. Look at that. And the reverse art dust jacket, or reverse dust jacket art is stunning. I believe it's signed. Maybe not. Maybe. I don't see it. Oh, it is. It is signed. I'm not entirely sure what this book is about, to be completely honest. I did read the synopsis this morning, and it hasn't stuck in my head. But from the seams of it, there are automations, which I assume are robots, or automatons who I assume are robots, and they meet each other. Our protagonist meets an automaton, and they have a common goal to destroy somebody. That's as much as I know, and I might not even be right. I did read the synopsis and yet I still don't know, so that's really great. But this is a really cute little hardback. I really like small hardbacks. This one sounds intriguing. I'm obsessed with the exclusive cover. I really like this one. I much prefer it to the original. And yeah, overall, really gorgeous. Very, very happy with this one, unlike January's. So that was literally the speediest I have ever filmed a book haul. That was just snap, snap, snap. I've just filmed too many recently. If you would like to go and see all of my book hauls, I will put my playlist somewhere, link it down below as well, if you want to check out more book hauls from me, as I have done many recently. But yeah, I really hope you got some recommendations here. Let me know if you've read any of these and what you thought, and which ones I should prioritize and which ones maybe I should not prioritize. And yeah, let me know a book that you've hauled recently that you were really excited to have hauled, because I'd be intrigued to know. But try not to break my book ban buying all the books you recommend. So thank you so much guys for watching. I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.